Tuesday morning. It is October 14th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gargiulo. Adelle Caballero's got a crash on Long Island to tell us about. And Storm Team 4's LaRosa here with today's forecast. So we're still watching flood effects.
Yeah, it's lingering, right? This is not anywhere near the levels we saw yesterday, but more is more. And so we do have some warnings, including Ocean County, that could get close to the minor levels today or the next high tide cycle. So just be aware of that. South shore of Long Island, in and around the city, it could just be some higher high tides this next round. Otherwise, it's still breezy too. We've got 20, 30 mile per hour gusts across the area, including in and around the city, and it's right out of the northeast, so it's a very chilly breeze. 54 now at Central Park. You see we're locked in with the clouds, not so much the rainfall. You keep the umbrella home, but it does stay gray all day and breezy. 59 degrees by 1 o'clock. We'll head up to about 62 today, and then late tonight, that's when we start to see the clearing skies. All right, coming up on 6:01, plenty to slow us down this morning. Adele, what's the latest?
Yes, latest is we have a crash now on Long Island here, a Southern State Parkway westbound side by exit 29 for Route 107 has actually been pushed off to the shoulder, but it's really not stopping delays. We have rubbernecking delays through the area going all the way back to Route 110. Live look outside here. This is the inbound approach to the George Washington Bridge, but on the outbound side, upper level, we do have a stalled tractor trailer taking out 2 lanes. Those delays are back to the Bronx River Parkway, and the inbound side, you've got about 10-minute slowdowns. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you so much. Developing now, pro checking with Maria. Hopefully a better day for everyone there today.
Oh, for sure. It's still going to be gray. It's a little misty out there as well, and it does stay cool along with the breeze. We keep the clouds and temps only getting into the low 60s, but I've got a lot of sunshine, and it's returning tomorrow, lasting for a couple days. But how about temperatures back in the 70s? I have that too coming up in the 10-day.
Thanks so much. Also ahead, a young boy.
To the rails, we are seeing delays now with our 2-3A and Staten Island Railway coming up in a few minutes. We've got an update for you on that issue at the George Washington Bridge. Let's take a live look outside right now, though, onto the Gowanus Expressway through Industry City. That earlier crash has cleared, but we are seeing delays into the Brooklyn Bridge. Darlene, Michael.
Thanks so much, and you can now watch Today in New York at 7 a.m. Live local news continues wherever you stream News 4. We'll be back.
Maria, can I be someone to bring the opposite opinion? I kind of like that time when you're in the plane where it's
just peaceful, quiet with your own thoughts. Yeah. You're alone with your thoughts.
And I'm sharing my life story with the passion.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be alone with anybody's thoughts on the plane.
But you know what I mean?
That you run up to the taxiway there. You know, you have 5 hours ahead of the flight.
Right.
To get ready for the flight. I know, it's a lot. But weather-wise, it's a lot easier, guys, to travel today because we have all the impacts from our coastal system coming way, way down. As we take a live look at Newark Airport, got a flight coming in there. Still a little glossy on the tarmac, so it is damp out there. No big areas of showers, though. If anything, it's sort of the drizzle mistiness. We have 54 at Newark right now, and that northeast wind about 15. It's still pretty gusty, 20+ miles per hour at times today, so it keeps it feeling cool. We're locked in with the gray skies, though, too. Don't expect much in the way of sun breaks. 56 degrees through 11 a.m. We're hit 60 at 2 o'clock. Our high today about 62. Again, with that northerly breeze, it does stay cool. But again, gray skies through the evening hours, even through 10 o'clock, 60 degrees, but overcast. Then we start to see the skies break up for tomorrow morning and into Thursday, looking bright and beautiful. But we also take a hit temperature-wise. It's going to be cool. We're starting off Thursday and Friday in the 40s and highs only in the upper 50s near 60 degrees. But look at where we're headed. 72 on Sunday. That doesn't last too long. It's kind of a one and done, but it does give us a full weekend. That's going to be pleasant. High pressure is in control for now, and so we'll see temperatures rebound Saturday and into Sunday. And it does stay dry all day on Sunday. By late in the evening overnight, this front catches up with us and brings us some rain showers. At this point, not looking like anything wild, but just more rain for another Monday. As far as this Tuesday, you can see that flow on the radar, just some light sprinkles and a lot of that mistiness in the sky. We have 62 for the high today. Northeast winds 10 to 15, so it stays breezy. That continues tonight down to 54 degrees. Even tomorrow, 66 with a lot of sunshine, but still a brisk northwest breeze, 5 to 15 miles per hour. So nice and bright Thursday and Friday. More clouds build on Sunday, but it stays dry during the day up to 72 degrees by late in the evening. And yes, it does look like maybe for that morning commute on Monday, we'll have some showers around with the front coming on by. That does cut temperatures back down pretty close to average, though. The rest of the week, mid mid-60s. All right, 6:17 now. Adele, how's it looking out there?
Still seeing some taps on the brakes in certain areas, but again, big improvement from what we were seeing yesterday at this time. Southern State Parkway westbound by exit 29 for Route 107. That crash is still on the shoulder and still causing some slowdowns through the area with stop and go traffic heading all the way back past Route 110. If you are making your way out to the George Washington Bridge, you can see some raindrops there on the camera lens. Inbound side, we are seeing about 10 to 15-minute delays, but it's really the outbound side that's problematic right now. The upper level, we have a stalled tractor trailer still taking out 2 lanes, and you've got delays heading all the way back to about the Bronx River Parkway here, so it is definitely going to cost you some extra time. Alternate side is suspended for today, but meter rules remain in effect. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
Thank you. 6:07
a.m. On this Tuesday, it's October 14th. I'm Michael Gargiulo.
I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Adelle Caballero is here looking at a crash right now in New Jersey. Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa has the forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, still not totally pleasant out there. Yeah. We still have the remnants of this system in our area. So that's looking like the gray skies, the breezy conditions, a little bit of the mistiness, and yes, even coastal flooding. I'll get to that in a second. But the radar and satellite picture shows the story. Yes, it's not high impact at all as far as what it compared to yesterday, right? We have a few sprinkles rotating through and that low cloudiness, 54 now at Central Park, 52 in White Plains, ice slip at 55. These gusts are still brisk, 10 to 20 plus mile per hour gusts this morning. Bridgeport ice slip gotten to 30 plus already this morning. Montauk, you're at 30 miles per hour right out of the northeast. Because of that, we have another high tide cycle that could approach the minor flood level for Ocean County. So we do have that warning there, just a heads up, and still some higher levels, again, not to the level of yesterday, but those higher high tides, at least one more. Gray skies linger by 10 o'clock, 56 degrees. We're headed up to 62 through 4 p.m. and gray all day. All right, 6:30, coming up on 6:31. Adele, what's the latest?
We've got another crash right now. This one in New Jersey, 80 eastbound by exit 35 for Mount Hope Road. You've got a couple lanes closed off here for this crash and heavy delays going all the way back to about Route 46. So it's definitely going to cost you some extra time. 46 itself or Route 10 would be your best way around it, though. Heading into JFK Airport here in Queens, Bell Parkway westbound, definitely going to be tapping on the brakes as you make that approach into the airport. And if you are heading further east, that earlier crash on the southern state has cleared out. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you, Adele. 6:31 now, and developing now. President Trump back at the White House this morning as the prospect for peace between Israel and Hamas looks promising. However, there are still many issues to be worked out. Today, New York's Tracy Strahan is in our newsroom now. Yeah, usually do.
It's a good
2
plan.
hours.
It's a good plan.
2 hours is more than sufficient.
Gives us time to enjoy life, I guess. But yeah, we've got some leftovers from yesterday's messy weather. The clouds, breezy conditions, still a little damp through the neighborhoods too. So watch as you get the kids out the door. Temperatures holding in the low 60s today. Sunshine returns, and how about some warmer temperatures too? I've got a weekend warm up in the 10-day.
Thanks so much. And still ahead, a strike.
Further east here, LIE westbound by exit 42 for the Northern State Parkway. We've got a crash taking out a lane. Already seeing major backups through the area. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to help you get around it, but we are going to take a live look outside right now onto the Mario Cuomo Bridge. Westchester-bound delays are coming towards you. You're watching Today in New York.
Well, look outside, still misty there on this Tuesday morning, 6:43. A woman found out her identity had been stolen when her husband's disability benefits were cut off, and that it could take months for the IRS to investigate.
So she said, better get Baccaro. News 4 consumer reporter Linda Baccaro has their story.
I will say, let's check in with Maria, see how the weather's cooperating.
It's cooperating a lot better than yesterday, that is for sure. What you don't see, though, is completely clearing out of our areas. So we definitely are going to be stuck with the clouds. We've had a few sprinkles come on through, but that is pretty much it as far as the rain making part of it. But as you can see, as the hour-by-hour forecast goes on, still cloudy up until about late tonight and tomorrow. And then we start to see more breakup in the overcast, and I think we'll end up with a lot more sunshine by tomorrow afternoon. One other hangover here, we've got the gusty wind. Still in that 20-plus mile per hour range, even this morning. So it's still rather cool along with the gray and the damp feeling, but you can still see breezy conditions tomorrow and into Thursday, even Friday on the breezier side. The reason, of course, we have this high pressure battling that low is keeping the northerly wind on the higher side. Not to the point, of course, yesterday, but still breezy enough that it adds a cool feel to the day. And then we get on the other side of the high pressure ahead of this front. That's by Sunday afternoon. So a couple things happening. We're going to see the clouds return. We're going to to see warmer temperatures, but also that rain chance, especially late Sunday into early on Monday. So we could have some wet weather around for Monday morning's drive. Again, not to the level that we saw. This is not a repeat of this past Monday, but we're looking at maybe a tenth to a quarter inch of rainfall. And timing-wise, being on a Monday morning could be enough to slow us down. So we'll watch that. Otherwise, another aspect today's weather, still looking at higher high tides, not to moderate or major level, but some higher levels here. You can still see that water coming pretty far up the beach here at Rockaway Beach. We're actually approaching low tide right now, so we could still see a little bit of that heightened high tide the next couple of hours. New York right now at Central Park, 54 degrees. You see the evidence of those gusty winds with the flags on Rockefeller Plaza. And of course, the misty skies. We'll see about 57 degrees at noontime. 62 will be the high. Gray skies through tonight. And then after that, we do start to see the breakup in the overcast. So more sunshine tomorrow, up to 66 degrees. But again, that cool breeze remains, northwest 5 to 15. Chilly mornings, Thursday morning and Friday morning in the 40s, and then we see those temps turn around. 72 on Sunday, rain early on Monday, and then we're dry after that again. All right, 6:48. Adele, how are things looking out there?
Very slow right now. We've got another crash coming out of Long Island. This is on the LIE westbound by exit 42 for the Northern State Parkway. You've got a couple lanes closed off, and we've got excuse me, delays heading all the way back past the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. Northern State Parkway itself, you are also going to be seeing some delays there, so really no great alternates at this point. Onto the New England Thruway northbound side by the Hutch, we have an accident there. One lane closed off, just some minor taps on the brakes through the area, but you are going to hit some heavy delays on the Bruckner Expressway westbound by Sheridan Boulevard. 2 lanes are closed off, and delays are heading back to the Bruckner interchange. Heading out to the Gowanus Expressway, also expect to see some taps on the brakes eastbound into the Brooklyn Bridge. Alternate side is suspended for today. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you very much. 6:48 this morning, everybody. Thank you for streaming with us. It's Tuesday, October 14th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gargiulo. Adelle Caballero is here tracking several commuter alerts on this day after the storm. And Storm Before's Maria LaRosa here with a look at the forecast. Hopefully it's getting better and better.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. It's still going to be gray, kind of cool, damp. The heavy rainfall, that's done. The really high-end gustiness, that's done. The high-end coastal flooding, over. But we can still feel a slight, at least the proximity to still that storm system. So what we have on the radar, anything out there, is just kind of misty, maybe some drizzle, and then it's just kind of plain gray skies the rest of the day. And it is still breezy. Those gusts have been 20, 30 miles per hour, especially from the city of the Hamptons, Bridgeport as well, down the shore as well. And that's still pushing some of the water a bit higher. So we have at least one more high tide cycle, especially for Ocean County, that you could approach the minor flood level, and then just sort of that higher water here in and around the city, south shore of Long Island, for that next high tide. Otherwise, again, what you see is what you get. Gray skies, breezy and cool. 59 degrees by 1 o'clock, 62 will be the high. We do start to see the overcast break up into tonight, so sunnier skies just around the corner. All right, but not for now. This morning's commute, definitely a gray one. Adele, what else is going on?
Yeah, definitely a bit gloomy out there, but again, as Maria mentioned, this is a big improvement from what we were seeing yesterday. With that said, not trouble-free. Your FNW and Staten Island Railway, you can expect to see delays. A look ahead for your commute today. New Jersey Transit, expect to see slowdowns on your main Bergen and Port Jervis lines. This is because of some long-term track work. And if you are planning to head out to your airports, we were seeing issues yesterday. Everything should be back up and running, but keep in mind, JFK Airport, you've got that long-term construction around the terminals. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you, Adele.
We're seeing still some higher end impacts for areas like Boston, so we'll watch the airports there, but otherwise, yes, we are definitely improving. Hanging on to the clouds today, but you can see brighter skies tomorrow and into Thursday. It is on the cool side. We'll take a look at how low our low temperatures go, and I do have a nice weekend warm up in the 10-day forecast.
All right, still to come. Could Broadway go?
Love this. Love, love, love. At 78 eastbound over by Express Lanes, you can expect to see a crash here. Over by exit 57 involving 2 tractor trailers. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to let you know how your commute for the day ahead is going to look. Here's a live look outside right now onto the Cross Bronx Expressway by the Bronx River Parkway. You're watching Today in New York.
It's always good to break a record, and we try to do that in New York every once in a blue.
Easy. That's going to be easy. Weather's getting easier. That we love, too. And, of course, the Rockefeller rink open, and you may have it all to yourself, at least early on. It is breezy on the cool side. A couple things that we're looking into for today. We're hanging on to those clouds, but sunshine's just around the corner. So we enjoy that the rest of the midweek into the early part of the weekend, which also comes along with warmer weather, which I don't think we'd describe right now as warm. It's breezy, temps in the 50s. It's still still kind of damp and definitely gray as we look at the Bronx. Northerly winds still about 10, gusts as high as 20, almost 30 miles per hour. That's the case through the day today, so it remains breezy. 62 degrees under cloudy skies even through 4 p.m. And notice it's still overcast into late tonight. That keeps temperatures up for a time, 60 degrees through 10 o'clock. It does take some time for these clouds to part. In fact, by tomorrow morning, more breaks in that overcast. We'll get a good amount of sunshine once this all pulls out of here tomorrow afternoon, and another beauty on tap for Thursday with these bright skies. Just a sidebar too, it does remain on the cool side. Well, really gusty today. It's still breezy tomorrow and into Thursday, even on into Friday. So that'll hold temperatures down into the 60s, but also keeping us dry. This high pressure that moves out of here by late in the weekend. That makes room for these southerly winds, and that cold front passes on through with another round of showers. Timing that, though, late on Sunday as we see it right now. So the bulk of the usable weekend will be pleasant. We're looking at maybe a quarter of an inch to less than that. So we're not looking at a repeat of this past Monday. That's the good news, but timing will be for the Monday morning commute again as we see it right now. For this morning into this afternoon, it's still cool, gray and breezy. 62 for the high, northeast winds 10 to 15. We'll see 54 degrees overnight tonight, up to 66 tomorrow, but it's still a brisk northwest wind 5 to 15. What's going to make it feel really good, of course, the sunshine that returns and in full force Thursday and Friday. But nope, some chilly mornings down in the 40s in the city. Temps rebound into the weekend. So by Sunday, we're into the low 70s. Doesn't last very long. The cold front sweeps through with the rain chance, and it does knock our temperatures, our highs, back into the 60s, not too far off from what's average. All right, let's get an update on the morning commute and delays. Adele, what's the latest?
Latest is we are still hitting a few issues here, particularly with our rails, your FNW and E trains. You can expect to see delays. New Jersey Transit for the day ahead, and actually for this week, you can expect to see possible delays here with your Maine, Bergen and Port Jervis lines because of some long-term track work. We'll, of course, continue to keep you updated on that. Out the door right now, a little further east, LIE westbound. We've got a crash here causing major backups over by exit 42 for the Northern State Parkway. You've got a couple lanes closed off and delays at this point well past the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway, running closer to about Route 110. Northern State Parkway, you are going to hit some delays, but definitely a better bet for you. We do still have that long-term construction. JFK Airport heading to the terminals, and alternate side is suspended. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
Thank you very much.